On Friday the 31st of August we set off for Stansted, but there was so much traffic 6 hours later we missed our flight and we had to stay overnight and get a flight the next day, and finally turn up at Geertz and Mara's on Saturday evening, to a warm welcome of course. During our stay in Saulkrasti, Geertz and Mara took us to 2 beautiful lunches and 3 quaint and quirky museums, the first of which was the Munchausen Museum. And this is Munchausen enacting the story of how he caught 10 ducks with a long piece of string, and they kept each one a piece of bacon he tossed in the lake attached to the string, and as they passed it through, the next one ate it, till eventually he had 10 on a string, and they flew him home down the chimney into the fire where they cooked, and he had his supper ready. And this is, although Munchausen was German and had adventures in Russia, he came here for his honeymoon and liked it so much he spent the next 6 years here honeymooning. That's a completely true part of the story. Munchausen told of ducks that were so fierce, protecting the chickens, etc., that they would even take out an owl. And there's a stag that cornered Munchausen up a cherry tree, and as he was out of bullets he shot cherry stones at it to drive it away. And 3 years later he came back and saw the stag again. And as you can see, it had a cherry tree growing out of its head. That's cheeks of beef in red wine with glazed beets, potato and carrot mash, and many other fine dishes. And this is perhaps the most beautiful spot I've ever had lunch. What do we call this? What is this place called? What is this place called?
Igate.
Igate.
That's nice.
That's the protein that's right to course.
This is the Latvian Bicycle Museum at Saulkrasti. It's owned and run by a guy who's spent 47 years restoring old bicycles all by himself.
Bet tam tādā laikā jau bija arī investori, kas gribēja to fabriku paņemt. Jā. Viņiem bija sakrauts parādi visu. Beigās tur viss.
This one from 1870. And a penny farthing.
Tāpat kā rāp.
Homemade by a blacksmith. No rubber available, so he used rope for the tyres. In the early part of the 20th century, there were many bicycle factories in Latvia, and they exported them across a lot of Europe. They were used in the First World War. When the Germans invaded Latvia in the First World War, the factory was evacuated to Kharkov, which we hear a lot about these days in Ukraine. The old hand grenade on the handlebars there. They seem to have been very keen on these woven sort of guards, particularly on ladies' bikes, to stop long dresses getting caught in the spokes. But this is an old railway bicycle. Goes along the lines, and there's no trains coming.
Tas ir domāts tāds darba galds, var piedzīt visāds zāļus un viss, kas vajadzīgs. Nu tādā skatā mēs viņus apmēram atrodam. Šito mēs atstājām vienkārši, lai parādītu.
Quick tour of Geertz and Mara's garden, September 2024. He grows his asparagus just for decoration. Lovely sunny day today. There's our hire car, Toyota Yaris. Apple trees had a blow. Hopefully it'll survive. Oh. Now the sun's gone in. It's the side of the house. Swimming pool's covered up. Some kind of homemade heat exchanger that Geertz has made to heat the pool up. These huge hydrangeas seem to be everywhere. Apparently they're really on point in both Latvia and England this year. Going towards the further reaches of the garden now. Expect there'll be a great grandchild on that one day soon when Ivers comes here for the first time. This is the very back of the garden. Let's see how big it is. There's the house there. Ready for winter. This is where Geertz keeps his homemade wine and pickled vegetables and things, I think. Another apple tree. Another vine. It's got some nice tomatoes coming on there. Hey, off he goes. Another workshop. Another vine. This is what they call the summer house where I don't know if they're cranberries. Another currants over there. So around the other side of the house and back to the front gate. And that's the 360 of the garden of the house called Zubits. This is one of the towers on top of the Tallinn city walls. Quite a tiring walk up spiral staircases to get there. And that's Tallinn Old Town. This side was the medieval merchants' quarters with lots of little alleys and workshops, and still got stained glass and stone and steel workshops. And high on the hill was the castle, and where the aristocrats and bishops lived. Although Tallinn was invaded by all sorts of nationalities, like the Swedes, the Russians, and the Germans had a big presence here, and the Lithuanians and Poles, etc., etc. And they all managed to storm the castle and then had their own fortifications. So, as you can see, the walls of the town are pretty impressive. It's a beautiful day, and it's a beautiful city. I just need to find Anna. I think I recognise that somehow. It's a blend of old and new, isn't it?
Are you calling me old?
No, I'm in the buildings to it. And so back along the walls to that tower where we originally went up.